Welcome to the 5th grade productions of Don Quixote.
What is Don Quixote? Is that a Mexican play?
No, it's a story from Spain.
Well, what about Cinco de Mayo?
Today is May 4th. We can celebrate Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and May the 4th be with you. Don Quixote is a Spanish novel by author Olh Don Quixote. The book was published in 2 volumes in 1605 and 1650, and is considered the first modern novel.
Well, what's it about?
I think we should just watch and see. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Uncle. I thought you said you were going to take care of bills and other business today. Instead, I find you reading those silly books on knights and chivalry again. There are no more knights and chivalry is dead. Uncle, you must pay attention to the estate. Everything is falling apart and the creditors are demanding to be paid.
Chivalry isn't silly or dead, my dear. It is an honorable code for a knight to live by.
You are not a knight, and chivalry does not pay our bills or put food on our table.
Excuse me, senor. The well is dry, the firewood is gone, and I have slaughtered the last chicken. We need more food.
We shall become vegetarians. Food is not important when one lives a life of courage and honor. The soul is what must be nourished.
Good day, my lord. I hope you are well.
Good morning, loyal Sancho. I was just telling my niece and housekeeper that we will eat every bountiful crops.
Well, sir, I'm afraid they're not too bountiful. The closing the corn, the drought killed the beans, and the wheat is not looking too good either.
I can't cook without any food. What will you have me do, sir?
Uncle, you must get your nose out of those books and do something. Winter is coming and we will starve. Everyone in the village is laughing at us and saying you're crazy. Uncle, please.
Very well. I'll take care of things. Now, ladies, leave me in peace to work things out with Sancho.
I hope so, Uncle. I don't want to be the laughing stock of La Mancha. What will your sister think?
As a doctor, she could use a little virtue and humility instead of being so the pompous twit. Oh, that must be my insanity talking.
Well, I never.
Sancho, I'm going to become a knight errant and rid this land of evil and injustice. I'll show everyone that chivalry is not dead.
What's a night, and is that the full moon? What a chivalry! It sounds like a bad disease.
Night like darkness, night like soldiers to lords and kings, dressed in armor, fighting for it and duty. Chivalry is the codes that knights live by, the idols of knightly virtue and courtly love.
Interesting. Have some good night, Aaron.
Well, first, you have to have a sword. Wow, where'd you get?
Oh, that's wonderful. How do you go about being champions and doing all this night stuff?
Well, they travel around the countryside, and whenever we see evil or wrong do it, we stop it. Plus, we get to hunt and be in jousting tournaments, and best of all, a knight has a special lady whom he loves, and he performs his courageous deeds in her honor.
Ladies, count me in. When do we leave?
Well, you have to first get ready to seize the day, and avoid my niece. But Sancho, getting rich is not important. It is living up to the code of chivalry that matters. A knight is a protector of the poor and as well as the rich. He would give his life for a poor man or a lord.
Did you say life?
Yes, his life. And I would gladly lay down his life for honor and courage. He would also give his life for battle for his cause.
I'm not trying to like this die. Let's have ladies. Let's talk about the ladies.
Well, every knight has a special lady whom he loves. He performs his courageous deeds in her honor. His duty is to serve her.
Do you have a special lady?
Ah, yes, and she has malevolent inspiration. My heart races at the thought of her. She is beautiful as she is good and kind. Her name is Dulcinea.
She sounds lovely. When do I get to meet her?
keeping you all alone and protected?
Whoa, Meadow Man, you must have to confuse with someone else. I'm just a hog tender.
My lady, don't jest with one who loves you so. I'm about to soon bring heavenly scent and divine beauty.
Heavenly scent, divine beauty. She is filthy. It smells like in that house. There's more hairs going out of her. She must sleep with those hogs. This is Dulcinea.
Sancho, let me introduce you to my lady Dulcinea, who makes my sun rise and set, whom I love more than life itself, and in whose honor I fight and vanquish all foes.
Stop, you're making me blush. I'm no lady. I'm just a pig keeper trying to find my missing pig so I can go home to my pig farm over that way.
Sancho, by my lady's flight will escort her home to her castle to fill my eyes with the lovely sight of her. Then my spirit will feel refreshed as we continue our journey.
You piggy, come on, you filthy, smelly hog. Come to Sancho.
Let me take your arms with Dulcinea to make sure you do not stumble.
Unhand you, old goat. I'm not your Dulcinea and I can walk by myself.
You piggy, maybe I'm an Israelite. Don Quixote must be insane if he thinks Ladder Tag is the lady Dulcinea. Woo-wee! She's downright ugly. It's hard to tell us about animals. I'm silly pig, I'm a squire, not a hog cobbler.
Ah, Sancho, isn't my lady Dulcinea wonderful? You can surely see why she is my love and inspiration.
Well, she is interesting, sir.
Whoa, Rocinante, something is amiss.
She looks like a lovely miss to me, my lord.
She is a princess. She has been kidnapped by those two enchanters. We must save her.
Enchanters? Are you sure? They kind of look like monks to me.
That is their disguise. Knights know these things, Sancho. Prepare for battle.
Uh-oh.
Unhand that princess, you sorcering fiends. In the name of Don Quixote de la Mancha, free her at once.
I'm Sir Knight. We were just escorting this lady to our father's home. We mean no harm.
Don't try to fool me with your magic ways and wrongdoing. I know even wrongdoing when I see it. Now leave! May I be of additional service, my lady?
Service? You call that service? Now how am I going to get to my father's estate? You've done more than enough service already.
Why, thank you, my lady. It is my duty as an aid to aid those in distress. We will gladly accompany you to the castle of my lady Dulcinea nearby. She is well known for her kindness and generosity and can take care of you until your father can fetch you.
No, thank you. I'll find the way myself.
Well, that went well, didn't it? Our first battle, we were victorious. First I get to see my lady, then we win a battle. What a wonderful day. Let's be off, Sancho. Well, well, what have we here?
Good day, Sir Knight. Kindly steer clear of my 3 lions. I am a lion tamer, and these 3 lions are the most vicious lions in the whole world.
Sir, I'm a knight. Mere lions do not scare me. I fought giants, monsters, and evil enchanters. These lions are a piece of cake. I shall challenge them.
I do not think that is wise, my lord.
Nonsense. Sancho, you will be my second.
Second what? I'll be in here in a second.
Beat him! You're on your own, sir.
Attack me, fierce lions. I'm a gladiator.
Meow. Rawr.
What she said.
Take that, and that, and that. Uh-oh. Well, that was easy.
I'm afraid to look. I'm so ashamed that is in my master.
The lions must have ripped him to shreds.
My lord, I am safe. Forgive my cowardice.
Sir, you are a glorious knight, so spread the story of your bravery throughout the land.
Well, a knight must do what a knight must do. I broke my lance, Sancho, and I have a hole in my helmet. But yeah.
Is that from the lion's fangs?
Well, not exactly, but I'll have to get a new lance and a new helmet. But this will do for now. Let us find an inn together with Norrishmen and spend the night. It has been an eventful day, and we deserve some good food and a needed rest.
do for you, gentlemen? Are you going to a costume ball?
Alone.
I'm Don Quixote de la Mancha Knight, and this is my faithful squire Sancho. We have ridden hard and fought several battles while we are at your service, Your Highness. I'm afraid we have no costume, so we cannot attend your ball.
Okay. I'm sure what you are wearing will be fine. Can I get you some refreshment?
Have a side of beef, whole chickens with potatoes, and 2 pints of ale to start with.
The needs of a knight are few. Could you spare a piece of bread and some water in a small room for the night?
Of course, Sir Knight. It is the least I can do for such a noble warrior. Enjoy your meal, and I will arrange for your room.
I'd like to sing this song in honor of the man I love.
Day after day.
I was afraid this would happen. Sancho, there's something else you must learn about knights. A woman instantly fall in love with us. Did you hear that princess's ballad and see her pining away for me? I feel badly for her, but I can only love my darling Dulcinea, the poor singer. I hope she gets over it.
Sir, I think I've been mistaken. I saw outside earlier with a mule driver.
Well, it's probably just her brother.
But she was kissing him!
They must be very close family.
So, by what name were you dubbed a knight, kind sir?
Dubbed? Your Highness, I've never have been dubbed a knight with a knight name. Your liege, would you be so kind as to dub me a knight in your honor?
Well, not sure I have the authority.
I have my squire, my armor, and I have my lady, my squire, and my armor, but being double makes me a glorious knight.
Oh, please, get up.
Pretty, please.
Oh, all right. I'll do it after you finish your supper. That will give me time to, prepare for the ceremony.
Sancho, it is time.
Noble knight, brave hero who has fought evil sorcerers and lions. He who fights to honor his only true love, the Lady Dulcinea. Hero of heroes, champion of champions, I now dub thee knight. You may kneel. By the power invested in me as the owner of this inn, or queen of this castle, I now dub thee a true and courageous knight. You may stand.
But what is my knightly name? A knight has a name that he is known by.
A name. I have it. Hail, Knight of the Gloomy Countenance. I dub thee Knight of the Gloomy Countenance.
Knight of the gloomy countenance, I like it.
It's perfect, you, sir.
Thank you, Your Highness. I'll forever be in your debt and serve you with honor.
understand my problem. My dearest uncle is parading around the countryside as a medieval knight in dented armor with a fat little farmer as his squire. He is old and frail, and I am worried about him. Not to mention that everyone in the village thinks he's crazy.
Of course I understand, my dear. He's a little eccentric, but perhaps it is just a midlife crisis. And his zeal and idealism are quite admirable. We need more people to live by such values. Surely he is doing no harm, and Sancho is there to watch over him.
One can possess such virtue and be idealistic without living his fantasy of being a knight of old. I fear that Sancho encourages his ridiculous behavior rather than protects Don Quixote. As a learned doctor who has studied these things, I think he is definitely insane. We need to get him home. This is destroying our family's good name.
Yes, Father, I only want him home where I can take care of him and run the estate for him.
And I, of course, can arrange for the necessary paperwork to say that in his present state of mind, he is remanded to Antonia's care, and to assure she is in charge of all legal matters regarding his estate.
I'm not sure how much of your concern is about controlling his estate, and how much is because you believe he is an embarrassment to you, and how much is because you feel he is truly crazy, nuts, loony.
Oh, Father, I am only thinking of his welfare. No one would ever think of me as a selfish person.
And I, of course, am only looking out for his reputation. I mean, it's only natural to worry about what people will say about him.
Whatever your intent, I do think it is best for La Mancha to have his lordship back home, especially since he is such a large contributor to the church. We need more. The sooner the better to stem the gospel without the bats of his belfry.
Well, I have a plan.
Good. Let's hear it.
Oh, boys, it's just about how to your beard. You're looking a little scruffy today.
That's no barber. He's an evil knight, and look, he's wearing the ancient, powerful helmet of Mambino. He must have stolen it. I will joust him and get it back. Charge! Huh. Well, he may be an evil knight, but he isn't very brave. Sancho, my new helmet, please.
But, sir, where's your helmet? I don't see anything.
It is... Sancho, you must learn to see with the eyes of a knight. This is the ancient, powerful helmet of Mambino. Look at the carvings, the scrollwork. Every nation has such a treasure. My lady Dulcinea, did you hear about my being dubbed as the queen, as a knight of the gloomy countenance? How thoughtful of you to come and bask in my glory with me.
Oh, no, not you then. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not Dulcinea, and I'm not a lady.
Well, I can see you're not a lady. That evil sorcerer who makes my helmet must have put an evil spell on you. He has taken your lovely scent and make you smell like a pig. And that ugly mole on your chin? Well, I'm not fooled. I can see your beauty lurking behind those dirty, smelly clothes.
You know you really are a cuckoo bird. You need help. Poof! I am Ernesto the Enchanter, and I've cast a spell on the lady Dulcinea. There are only two ways to break this spell and restore her beauty. One, you can go home to La Mancha and live sanely with the help of your niece Antonia and your sister the doctor. Or two, Sancho must whip himself 3,300 times. If you do not choose one of these two options within 3 days, she will stay like this forever.
Wait a minute! Why should I do it? I'm just a squire! She's not my lady! She's ugly! She should whip herself!
Yeah, and I could use her.
Well, I'm a knight
Sancho, how can I convince you to help my lady Dulcinea?
Take 3,300 beans. She can stay ugly and smelly. So, let's change the subject. Look over there.
Aha! There are wicked giants. We must slay them before they attack the villagers. Charge!
But sir, the only win. Oh, look at the line up. Be with them as a charge.
These evil giants have defeated us. I'm so ashamed that they defeated.
Oh, don't get down on yourself, sir. Here, check. As I'm going to check, I'm going to go behind the tree here. There's a 3,300 heads. You can keep count for me. Okay, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! Oh, the pain! Oh, the lady doesn't 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, really? All right, so wait for me.
Why, Knight of the Gloomy Countenance, you look even gloomier than usual. What's wrong?
Oh, Your Highness, I'm so ashamed to tell you the terrible things that have befallen on me. First, an evil sorcerer cast a spell on my lady Dulcinea and made her into a dirty, grubby old pig farmer with a huge mole on her chin with long hairs growing out of it.
No, say it isn't so.
Oh, it is so! It is so! She's a mess!
Then a horde of giants came out of nowhere, and when we attacked them, they defeated us.
Giants, you say? Well, one of my scouts just reported that they headed west and away from here.
Thank goodness you are spared. I'm afraid they are undefeatable. They can crush your castle with one blow.
Come, you look weary. Sit here and I will bring you some supper. Then you will feel better.
Are you Don Quixote de la Mancha, a.k.a. the Knight of Gloomy Countenance?
Yes, sir, I am.
Sure, what is this about?
Don Quixote, I have several complaints about you and a warrant for your arrest. You were charged with attacking several monks, harassing an ugly pig farmer, stealing a wash basin from a barber, and ruining several windmills. What do you have to say to this?
He says nothing. Sheriff, come with me a minute and let's discuss this. Sheriff, this man is not a menace to society. He's just insane. His brain is mush. Don't lock him up.
Maybe he has had a spell cast on him.
No, he's not hacked. Watch, I'll show you. My lord, do you need to go to the restroom?
Why, yes, and I could use with a little washing up too.
See, a person who's trained is a badly needs. He's using facilities and washing. He's not enchanted. He's just crazy.
He's not a danger to anyone. Please, just let him enjoy his insanity. We will watch over him.
Well, if you vouch for him and make sure he doesn't bother or ruin anyone else's property, I guess I can drop these charges.
Oh, thank you, sir. We'll take good care of him.
Have
you up. Sir, you better check this out.
I am the Knight of Mirrors. I have come to destroy you. Prepare to battle. Don Quixote, you are defeated, old man. I will not kill you, but you must return to your home to retire from knighthood.
Well, you bet the great knight of Don Quixote would do. He's a knight of gloomy countenance, so there, glitter face.
No, Sancho, he's right. I'm just an insane old man.
But my lord,
Sancho, it is time.
Oh, Uncle, I am so glad you are home. We will have you well and up and around in no time.
Thank you, Antonio. Would you lend me a paper and a pen? I should like to write my will.
Of course, Uncle, but you don't need to worry about that now. You're going to be fine. And your sister is managing all the affairs of the estate for us.
Well, I'm sure she is. But I should like to do this first. A pen and a paper, please. I, Don Quixote de la Mancha, being of sound mind, well, that's questionable, leave my home and his contents to my niece Antonia. I leave all my books on knights and chivalry and my land to my loyal squire, friend, Sancho Panza. He always wanted to be rich. Well, now he can be.
hello, my lord. I came to see how you're feeling today.
Good morning, Sancho. What is the news from the village?
Well, some people send their best wishes.
Do they think I'm insane?
Well, they're taking the bets on that. The odds are 3 to 1 they're certified because, but loopy, nuts, loopy, too short for a bell pay, a quarter of a gallon, but who's listening?
We had some good times, didn't we?
Oh, so it's written a book about you. I can't read, but I heard says you're really brave and courageous.
Are you in it too?
Of course, half of the book on Don Quixote is on Sancho Panza. We pay enemy slice, we thought, honor them, and the vanquish evil in the name of honor and valor. Goodbye, Don Quixote de la Mancha, the knight of gloomy countenance. I shall miss you, old friend.
Thank you so much. Can we get another round of applause for our fifth graders? I'm so proud of them. They worked really hard. There were a lot of lines to memorize, so I applaud all the students. They really worked together to get this together for today. We'd like to thank Sister Kathy for always supporting the arts and encourage us to get on stage. We'd also like to thank Mr. Bizarre always for helping us with the sound and the mics. I'd like to thank all the parents for all their help with costumes, and especially the parents that helped with the set and costumes. Mrs. Neidiger, Mrs. David, Mrs. Thayer, Mrs. DeGaulle, and Ms. Rodriguez. And thank you so much for coming today, and have a good afternoon.
And offer you a challenge. I know there are a lot of really funny lines in there. It's a very serious play. It's a very serious book, but there are a lot of very wonderful moments in it. And I would really challenge you to go back and look at, if you can find it on YouTube, the videos of Man of La Mancha, which is a musical. But the actual book is a good thing for you, like the day before Cinco de Mayo, as they said in the beginning. It's a book by Miguel Cervantes. It's one of the greatest pieces of all Spanish literature. And that character that Jacob played so well, Don Quixote, is something you should always keep in front of you, that nothing really is impossible. The man was such a dreamer, such an idealist. But go back and find out what it means to tilt windmills and to try to see good in people. So that song, that very, very difficult song at the end, and I'm glad that you used the tape with it, but The Impossible Dream, keep that always in front of you. So think about Cervantes, think about Cinco de Mayo, think about Spanish literature, and most of all, thank your wonderful fifth grade for the great show that they gave us today. Congratulations. Okay, we'd like to invite everyone to go back to classes, and parents certainly are free to take pictures and do whatever we have to do. We have a wonderful weekend.